Hello everyone and welcome to Unwine with Janet. Today I will be preparing one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, you guessed it, rice and peas. It was one of my favorites as a kid and it still is today. Traditionally, rice and peas is prepared in many Jamaican homes on Sundays. It was always something to look forward to. I remember quite vividly on Sundays when I'd wake up, I would smell breakfast mixed with the scent of peas already cooking on the coal stove outside. I would be in church wishing the pastor would just hurry up so I could go home and have my Sunday dinner. It's a very flavorful dish because of the ingredients such as scallion and thyme, garlic, among other ingredients. You know what? Enough said. Come let me show you how we do it. Welcome back. For this dish, I will be starting with all natural ingredients. One of the best things about cooking Jamaican dishes is we cook with mainly all natural and organically grown ingredients. I'm using parboiled rice, and what I love about this rice is that it has been boiled in the husk and it makes it easier to cook. It also adds a shelliness as compared to other forms of rice like the brown rice, basmati rice, or the wild or sticky rice. Next we have red peas. In your grocery aisle outside of the island, you'll find it as kidney beans. If you use dry peas, you can soak it overnight to speed up the cooking process. And you can also purchase canned red beans, but be sure to wash the sodium off completely before cooking. Here I have a can of coconut milk, and any brand will do. Next I have 6 cloves of fresh garlic. You will use fresh thyme, scallion, also known as green onion, and Scotch Bonnet Pepper. You can't have a rice and peas without your Scotch Bonnet Pepper because it gives it a real island fragrance and flavor. Here I have 1.5 tablespoons of butter, 1/2 teaspoon of brown sugar, this is optional, a small piece of ginger for added flavor, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Before I wash my peas, I get rid of the slightly imperfect ones, after which I give them a good wash. Now under normal circumstances, I will soak the peas overnight in a bowl of water. It tends to shorten the cooking time, but it's still okay to cook them immediately after washing. It will just take a little longer to do so. I love garlic and add it to most of my dishes. I prepare it by simply crushing it with the knife. Feel free to use a garlic press or you can slice them. And after that, I just rough cut my ginger. So let's get this show on the road. I'm using 1.5 cups of peas. Be sure to use enough water to cover at least 2 to 3 inches, because the last thing you want is for your water to boil out too soon and then your peas is all burnt. Then after that, I'm just going to add my garlic and my ginger that I had previously prepared. And you will just want to cover that. Let it simmer for about an hour or so. You'll have to check it from time to time for doneness. And the way you do that is just by taking up a few and squeeze it just like what I'm doing. And if it is slightly tender, then that means it's finished. You do not want to have the peas overcooked and then get too mushy before you add your rice in. Now that my peas is all done, I'm going to add the coconut milk. Coconut milk gives it that true island flavor, and this is a staple in many Caribbean homes, just like Scotch Bonnet Pepper. I'm using the whole can. Do not skip this step, okay, because it will make a huge difference. And then I'm adding my butter. This is 2 tablespoons, and this is my brown sugar, which is optional, garlic, escallion and thyme, and definitely my favorite, Scotch Bonnet Pepper, as well as a little salt to taste. You want to give it a good stir to get those ingredients dancing and just let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes. While my peas is finishing up, I normally like to prepare my rice. Now make sure that you pick out any of the imperfect ones because you're going to find a few. And after that, you give it a good wash. I wash my rice at least 3 times or at least until the water is clear. Now it's ready for the pot. So you want to carefully remove your lid, give it a little stir just to make sure that nothing is stuck to the bottom of the pot, and then you add your rice. After you add your rice, you want to give it a good stir to make sure that the peas is evenly distributed in and nothing is stuck to the bottom. To ensure the perfect rice, the liquid level should be no more than 1 inch above the rice. And then after that, you want to cover and cook it on medium heat for about 20 to 25 minutes until the water evaporates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, Jamaican rice and peas. I'm confident you will enjoy this recipe to the fullest. The aim is to get it nice, shelly, and fluffy, not soffy. It can be served with just about any protein. I previously did brown stewed chicken, so you can check that link out and see how it's done. I know that there are many different types of rice variation out there. Let me know what's your favorite in the comments below, okay? Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss next week's video. What good? Till me see you next time, alright?